Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unique Not Different with me, Shamla. Um, Morning, Francis.
Hi,
Today,
good morning. Good morning.
how are you doing?
Anything better than me spoil?
Well, I have with me Mr. Francis Escayg. He's the founder of Cause and Effect, and Cause and Effect came out after he had his son Isaiah. Um, Sunday was Father's Day, so I wanted to get a father's perspective on having a child with a disability. So, Francis, how was your Father's Day?
Well, my Father's Day was very quiet, but it was enjoyable. It was a really nice day for me.
That is nice. Okay, so in terms of having Isaiah, can you explain what disability Isaiah has?
Isaiah has been diagnosed with incontinentia pigmenti, which is a gene mutation that takes place in utero,
Mm-hmm.
and it affects all of his development. So he's developmentally delayed. He didn't start walking until he was 4. He's still not speaking. He communicates, but he's still not speaking. So it's like that. It's a whole developmental delay disability that it's very rare with males. It happens with females, but and it's not as severe. So Isaiah is one of those who got the profound side of incontinentia pigmenti.
And when you found out that your son had a disability, what was your thought? Because obviously, I am very sure that prior to Isaiah, you had probably no clue or didn't give it any thought about disability and stuff like that.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I had 3 kids before Isaiah from a previous marriage. So a disability or disabilities, that was the furthest thing from my mind. I mean, usually you pray for 10 fingers and 10 toes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got 10 fingers and we got 10 toes. But he came early, and he came early with a lot of challenges. So I mean, the Dr. Bratt, he monitored him for the first 9 months,
Mm-hmm.
and he encouraged us to be patient, saying that, not all kids meet their milestones on time. Let's just give him some time. But at 9 months, when we went for that visit, he said, okay, now it's time to get worried. That was when my heart fell from my chest and hit the ground. And then it flew back up in my throat and it stuck there. I just felt as if the whole world changed in an instant. Um, the first thought that came into my mind after that was, this is going to be forever for him and forever for us. And that was a very, very scary thought. And well, it was just the whole all the grief and everything that came after that. And it's just been a movement after that, trying to come to terms with it, accepting it, and moving on to trying to do something about it.
Well, I know you're a celebrity in your own right
Oh my
because
God.
because you're a singer and you do music videos and stuff like that. But how has that changed your direction in life and independence as a person in Trinidad and Tobago? How has that restricted your independence? Because usually when parents have a child, they continue on. But
Yeah.
when you have a child with a disability, things are so restricted. So how that change the course of your life?
That's a very good question, because at the time we had Isaiah, I had just transitioned from being a full-time music producer, songwriter, not transition as in leaving, but trying to create a bigger palette, from which I can create to express myself. So I ventured into filmmaking. I was just about making my first feature film, and I had just written my first novel that was Macmillan Publishing commissioned. And my wife at the time, after giving Isaiah occupational therapy for 3 years, she just couldn't go any further. So I had to drop everything that I was doing as a dad who would continue on his journey of trying to provide for his family and trying to create new horizons. And I had to dive in. And that was very challenging. Um, I had to drop everything. I was going to be embarking on a tour with the film and with the book, and I just had to put everything down and I had to abandon it and say, okay, where do I go from here? The first thing I had to do was learn how to communicate with him to try and understand. And it required me having to slow down. I had to go into slow motion mode to say, okay, I have to surrender to this process. What is it going to take for me to continue and to earn an income to provide for my family? How am I going to do this? And that was when I decided, you know what, maybe I should just bring all my skill sets that I've acquired to date into this movement for transformation to create awareness and to give dignity to persons with disabilities and their families, and to highlight the challenges that we face, because I think there was a big gap there with respect to people actually understanding what it's like and what we go through, and the inefficiencies in the system that's supposed to help us, you know.
Right, and let's face reality now. If it was no, after so much years, if something were to happen to you or Laura, who is Isaiah's mother, what would happen to Isaiah currently?
Oh my God, you asking all the questions this morning, Shamla. I'll tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that my life is in my hands. My future, everything that I do is in my hands. We have been working to, our big goal is to create sustainable assisted living communities where persons with disabilities can live after their parents pass on.
Right.
I trust that God is great. We none of us know how much time we have, but what I have realized is, in this work, it is a process. You cannot go from nothing to everything. You have to take steps, and we have been taking the steps in bringing about understanding, one, about the work that we do. It took a little while for people to really gravitate and understand exactly what it is we do, and the different types of programs. Because what we feel is, there is the conversations in Trinidad and Tobago have become polarized, and it's only politics and crime, politics and crime. And we need to have that conversation constantly about social issues, about things that will build empathy and understanding. So I trust in the process that God is great, and that we will get to the point where we will build sustainable assisted living communities. But if I were to die today, I have to trust also that the community that we are a part of right now, that we have been working with, and the relationships that we found among total strangers, simply because of the fact that we have Isaiah, that those relationships and that community will lift up my family in some way or the other, if it's just to give them hope, and that, you know, he will be okay. But if it is that I live, I'm going to make sure I'm going to do my best every day to ensure that he will have the best tomorrow that he could have. You know, that's all I could do.
And to wrap up, in terms of, have you seen things changing, and what would you like to see done in order to have, when you go, when Laura passed on, what would you like to see being done in order for you to be comfortable?
All right. Well, to answer the first part of the question, what changes have I seen? You know, when you're doing this work, it's almost as if you feel as if nothing is happening. I mean, there are days when I feel like I really question this work, and I question the time and everything that I have invested in cause and effect. I do question that a lot, because it is a very slow process, and I'm a bit impatient. But if it is that I have to say what I would want to see happen in the future for him, look, the only thing I could do, the only thing we can do, because I acknowledge that transformation will come from personal ownership. First, I have to own my situation and my circumstances. And in the work that we do, it is to make people understand how it impacts on a family, so that other people could own this as part of their societal responsibility, to understand, okay, you know what? It may not fall in my garden, but this is part of who we are. And a society will get the loudest applause, or will have the greatest look, based on how they treat the most vulnerable in their society. So, you know, that all I could hope for is that, you know, the work will speak for itself.
And is there any way to reach out to you in terms of cause and effect?
Well, we are at Cause and Effect, CAUSEANEFFECT.co. That is our website.
Right.
When you go to our website, you'll see links to our YouTube channel where we have all of our videos with the ABCs of disabilities. You will see all of our lionesses and lions and foot soldiers print series that we've done over the last few years. And
Right.
at some point in time, you'll find out more about the film that we are about to make, a feature film that we are about to make called A Seat at the Table.
Right. And I want to say thank you so much for, sharing. This was a very fruitful conversation.
Thank you
And
very
hope
much,
we can
Shamla.
continue in the future. I
Thank
wish you
you.
all the best. Thank you so, so much. And with that being said, guys, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Unique Not Different with me, Shamla. Until next time, be good, do good. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.